I'm back again, and thank you for many of you who are listening and viewing my talks, and some of you who have subscribed to it. I thank you very much for it. It gives me a sort of encouragement to continue with these small anecdotes, or I could say some of my viewpoints on some of the subjects. I'll digress today. I'll move away from the topic of tourism and come to something which is in focus today in the market. I do not know whether it is an agenda or whether it's a toolkit. I do not know about it, but I'm just trying to put forward my thoughts on the views which I see on the Instagram and YouTube and WhatsApp and other social media, including the newspapers and other factors. For example, when we look at the news which comes out in the WhatsApp or in YouTube, some of the news is something I would say disturbing, I would say. What is the disturbing, I would say? The concept of the middle class. Now, is there a difference being created between the rich and the poor and the middle class and the... Because we are already having a problem with other aspects of society, which is being highlighted today by many of the people involved in it. I'm not going into that topic. What I'm going to talk about, what I'm thinking about is the concept of middle class. Who is middle class? Can you define it? Can you define it? Can you ever, what do you say that these are the people who are middle class, these are the rich, etc., etc. Some people write articles, oh, so many people have gone out of India, the super rich. Are they super rich? Or have they had other opportunities? We must view it very, I would say, use it like a classical painting. You should view it like a classical painting. A classical painting shows beauty in all its endeavors. Like to say that if you are looking at a painting of, some of the British painters, the colors and the description and the vivid pictures of leaves, plants, and the fruits and the flowers, they are wonderful. It is something like that we must view it here also. We have to encapsulate what middle class means before we can say that the middle class is suffering, the middle class is suffering, middle class is suffering. Is a middle class suffering, or is it that a concept which has been created that the middle class is suffering? Why am I saying so? I am saying so because people are talking about the middle class being taxed, overtaxed, undertaxed, every type of thoughtful purpose of tax. Is a middle class only people who are paying tax and no other person pays tax? It's very funny. Income tax is one source of income for the government, but everybody pays tax. That is, we should understand what are we looking at, what is the use of a tax in any form. If you look at an indirect tax or a direct tax, they are both taxes. What do you mean by taxes? It is a kind of, how would I say, it will be difficult for very people to understand the concept. It is like a rent which you pay for the utilization of services. What is that rent? The rent is all the services of the government. No, but I'm giving a very far-stretched thought process, but it is just a thought that came to my mind expressing it. For all the services the government does, how do we recompense them? And that is the tax which we pay. If the taxes which they collect, it is used for the various benefits which the government gives us. Immediately you might say, what benefits do they give us? Hey, let us understand that they do give us benefits. For example, after the COVID, 80 crore people have been supplied free rations. And for the past, it has been continuing even as of today. That means for 2-3 years, the government is willing to meet the poorest of the poor needs of 80 crore people. That means there are 140 crore people, 80 crore people, more than 60%, 50% of the people require that kind of support. And where does the support come? The support comes from the government. And who supports the government? We, the Indian people, support the government. How do we support the government? We pay our taxes. When we pay our taxes regularly, that goes into the kitty of the government, from where it is distributed in various aspects of utilization by the government. And one of the examples I'm giving you is this free food, free rations provided to 80 crore people. Is it not that we as Indians take all the Indians together, or should we stand apart and say, no, I will not pay taxes, the government is taxing me, I am working hard. You mean the 80 crore people are not working hard? They are living in greater miserable conditions than what we are living in. They stand one people who have houses, who have continuous electricity, who have continuous flow of water, who have roads, who have everything. And in spite of that, we continue to complain that we are being taxed. Yes, there is a tax which has been imposed. There have been an increase in taxes. Yes, all that should be accepted by us, because we are not standing isolated like an island. We are taking the whole of India, the whole of Bharat, the people, the Bharat Vasis together. Unless we grow, the country cannot grow. And unless we all share in the services, unless we all contribute. Suppose we take, let me drag a little bit and come back to the concept. Suppose we have a house. As one man earning, nobody else contributes. Everybody keeps spending. And then you say that we don't have sufficient money. Suppose there is a family of 4, a father, a mother, and 2 sons. Then, if all of them work together, the mother takes care of the house, the 2 sons can study, go to work, the father also works, all of them pool their resources, and the whole family grows up. The whole family gets up out of the rut if they are in that. So that is the concept we should expand. And what we have always said in Sanatana Dharma, because we are in the land of Sanatana Dharma, which is called Bharat, that is India, that Vasudeva Kudumbam. So we are Vasudeva Kudumbam. Every Indian matters to every other Indian. It is not only the taxpayer who matters, it is every other Indian who matters. And how do we should think like that. I'm not saying that we should not think differently. My point is that if we all work together as Indians in one coalesced force, you can imagine the impact we can have on the world. Because we have the largest talent pool, we have the most youngsters now willing to work, and we are having the opportunity with the government backing us. Don't we think that we should all work together to achieve the goal? Not only what the government is looking at, the world is looking at. And shouldn't, as an Indian, who we have sent so many people abroad to, who are teachers, professors, who are leading the world companies, don't you think that they are all looking at us Indians who can grow to that level? Don't you think so that we'd all work together? I'll continue with this in another talk as we grow along. Thank you very much.